go into the committee when I find out a bill's coming up, and I just stand up after they do their whole spiel. I stand up and say, Florida Now supports increased funding, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. The one, I didn't put this on there, but, well, no, that was last year. Forget it. They did something on human trafficking the other day, and I'll keep up with that. I don't think there's another bill on it that was passed last year. They did some sort of presentation in a committee on human trafficking, but I don't think it was a bill. I think it was just to bring all the legislators up to date on what people are doing to support the bill and enact the bill. Sorry. Okay. Under opposition, of course, there is an anti-abortion, anti-choice omnibus bill, 2 of them. In the Senate, it's Senate Bill 290 by Senator Anatara Flores from Miami. And in the House, it's HB 277 by Representative Bergen from the Tampa area.
Oh, God. Don't get me started.
These are women. They're both women. And it'll basically, I heard the Planned Parenthood lobbyists, they have a new lobbyist this year, Emily Capinetti, and they have a doctor that's joined their lobby team also. She was there, I forgot her name. But I sent out the sheet on that because I heard them give the presentation on that to the Senate Democratic Caucus, and they basically said it would prevent them from opening any new Planned Parenthood clinics, and it would really be, anything they didn't get last year, they've thrown into this omnibus bill. Did everybody get the talking points on that? Okay, I'll try to send it out again. I sent it and I thought it went out on Florida Now.
Are you on the Now Net, Jude?
I thought it was.
Oh, wait.
It's an email list. Everybody ought to be on it. See that?
We were getting
Here.
stuff down, we're not.
Here, pass that down. I did bring an extra copy there. Okay. I'll try to put all this back out so we can refresh everybody. Because this is a very good talking points sheet. And you know, every time Planned Parenthood sends me something about any abortion bill or reproductive rights, whatever, shutting down clinics, I send it so it can go out because they have staff and they have a very good system, and they tell you where the bill's coming up. Alert, alert, alert this week, and so just be on the lookout for those because all I do is I just forward them on to Donna, and she puts them out to everybody. So I hope everybody's getting those and that you do something about it. Because you don't have to come to Tallahassee to lobby and to have influence. In fact, the best influence is back at home because they hate it when you know what they're doing in Tallahassee. They hope that you will never find out. That's why I try to let you know what's coming up or what is happening. So you can act locally. All politics is local. Okay. All right. Here we have another bad bill that's cropped up. House Bill 839 by Representative Davis. I have to look in the little book to see where Davis is from. It bans abortion in 20 weeks. You know, they tried to get that. Didn't last year, I guess. However, now this is very important. There is no Senate companion bill yet, and so we're not making a big public fuss about it yet because we don't want it to get any traction. If they find out Planned Parenthood and Florida Now is in the paper saying we can't have this, well, I'll guarantee you some anti-choice House member will file the bill real quick. Of course, they probably will anyway. Senate, excuse me. And it's just the opposite on the next bill. Senate Bill 598 by Senator Dietert has no companion bill in the House. Well, it's a good bill, except it's giving us more access to contraceptives. But she bowed down, evidently, to the Catholic Conference and the Southern Baptists. And there's a clause in there that exempts faith-based organizations from giving you insurance that covers contraception. So Planned Parenthood is working with her to try to get that out But once again, we don't want to make a big public fuss. We want to do things behind the scenes as much as possible because there is no House companion bill yet. We don't want it to get traction. But as soon as they find out we're fussing about it, it's going to be in, and it probably will be anyway. I mean, you know, I know these people well enough to know. I heard the AFSCME lobbyists speak to a group of people, and this is true. They've hardly been doing anything of substance on bills in committees. They've been meeting since September in committees, and they're hardly doing anything on bills of substance. So we figure the first week of session, they're going to just unload on labor, women, educate, you know, on and all the usual suspects, which is us. So stay tuned in January. And anything I hear between now and January, I'll be out to. Okay, there's one more bill that I know absolutely nothing about except to tell you it's House Bill 549, and it's on alimony. And I am not a lawyer. I didn't understand it at all. I picked up the bill. I picked up a bunch of bills that somebody can have. I sent it to Linda Michaelowitz, who is a lawyer and deals with stuff like this on a regular basis. And she sent me back her summary of what it was about, and I couldn't understand that either. Somebody needs to tell me something in lay language after they read it. But a family law divorce lawyer that's good for women
Jay, you're an attorney, aren't
needs
Yeah,
to
but I
look at.
haven't read the bill,
I'm gonna give it to you then.
Oh, all right.
you? Would you look it over
Right this
and maybe
minute?
write it up? No.
No, here it is.
Write it up and send us a synopsis?
And I haven't seen, I don't know if it even is in the Senate yet. It just popped up this week. But I can tell you, somebody who heard it pop up said that Workman, Representative Workman, was talking about it in committee, and he's bad for women, workers, and anybody I care about. He is
Is he the one that,
disgusting.
is he the one that did the midget crossing?
Yep.
Yeah.
The jackass.
And he did a lot of the
Actually-
bad labor bills last
Yeah.
year. Oh, he's awful.
Actually, I talked to a couple of people who are lobbyists. I sent a little bit of the information that Barbara had sent out to me also, and I'm trying to get some information back from some people that I could find understand better than because I didn't understand
Good.
exactly. There's a few things that look really disconcerting. There's the one piece that I think is the
You're
most
being
important
recorded.
piece is that the effect of the bill seems to reduce alimony in some ways, such as specifying a presumptive retirement age of 67 for the person who's paying when the alimony would stop. So it assumes that retirement age, and then the alimony would end at that point. And I think that's bad. That's the one piece that I kind of think focused on, particularly for women.
Well, if y'all would look at that, and what I'll do is I'll send you the comments that she made, and then she sent me the second one I haven't sent to Johnny yet. And then you can look at the comments, and maybe you understand the comments better than I do, because I'm not a lawyer. And then, and maybe today, whether you take a position on it or not, you can just direct me to keep up with it and see
Keep
what's
up with
going
it,
on and ask
when
people,
BJ
and
gets
y'all
time,
send
she'll
me
look it
stuff.
over and give us her
Yeah.
interpretation.
And you know, this has to be like a flowing thing here. You're not gonna decide today on all the bills, because there are gonna be more that pop up. And I kind of know what now stands for, what our issues are, and when something pops over, I should pop myself in there. But I do try to contact you first. And along those lines, as I said before, there are a lot of issues that come up, like redistricting. Okay, that may not sound like a Florida Now issue, but it is. Okay, all right?
Split UCF into three districts. We have 56,000 students.
And so y'all should just
They're
be
scared.
screaming to.
I think one of the things that I'm so happy you're here today, because one of the things that I thought that we should definitely be addressed is specifically, like, we have Equality Florida taking initiatives that are pro-initiatives that they want to push. And I think one of the things, beside incentives toward good bills, toward
Right.
good things that we think that would help our community and further things, not just take the brunt of the hit
Exactly.
and then try and fight back once our back's against the wall.
The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
Some coach said that.
Yeah.
Nick,
So I'm wondering, but is it too late to take on an initiative that might be a positive initiative at this point?
Well, just about because, because the bill filing and most of the legislators, see, in the House, you can only have so many bills. They only allow you to sponsor so many bills. You need to start on something like that very early. Because most of them already have all their bill slots filled. I mean, you can try, but.
Better putting our shoulders against the stone
Well,
than we
now,
already.
specifically, I was talking about the, like, amendments to the bills that are there then.
Oh, you can do that. You
Okay.
can talk to some of your friendly legislators about ideas. And so when a bill comes up and your idea deals with that, they could offer an amendment. I can tell you, if it's any good, it's gonna get struck down, but at least it'll be there. They have to take a vote on it. And we need to get these people, like on the Equal Rights Amendment, that's why it's so important to get their vote recorded, so you can run that against them. If they vote against women, it's on the record, and they can't run from it come election time. You need to, everything we do in the session also looks toward election 2012.
Well, there's at least one amendment that I think is gonna be brought up, and I've been talking to at least two of the representatives, to Mark Pafford and to, Scott Randolph, about making sure that they have an amendment that will, encourage that the crisis pregnancy centers and state clinics have to say what they don't supply. So if they don't have a doctor on staff, if they don't have, like if they're just a religious, group of people. So I already talked to two of them, and they both said that they would be willing to add
That's a good
amendments in that
start.
respect. There's also, I mentioned it to Matt Bernard. I don't think he's gonna put anything in for that, but I think he would support it if it came to a vote. So, there's a couple of others that I think we should probably be talking to. But anyone that you have in your community, make sure that you're presenting them to, so that we have some support in there.
Well, make sure when you're talking to Patrick, and he's a good friend, and Randolph, they both are, and they speak up in committees on our behalf, and they always get voted down because the committees are stacked against us, every committee. But make sure when you're talking to them that you supply me with that intelligence, so
Yeah.
I'll know when they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And make sure I'm there to support them. I'm usually there anyway in a committee like that, but give me a heads up.
How many more you got, right
Well, just to let you know this, off and on, okay, for example, last year, when the immigration bill came up, and a lot of Karen Woodall was fighting against it, organizing immigrants, they were in their faces every week, the children, the priests, everybody, and they were successful. But I called up Donna, because they were having a rally, and they wanted different groups to speak on their behalf at the rally, and it was in the lobby of the Rotunda in the first floor. And I called up Donna, and I say, okay, do we have a position on this? Can I go for Florida now? And she said, absolutely. So stuff like that, from time to time will come up, but I always check first. And so, that's it for me.
All right, let's,